So the reason that I personally believe in Jesus, I was fortunate. I was brought up in a Christian family, so I was exposed to church and Sunday school. I heard Jesus talked about regularly. It was just part of my life. But I think really everything changed for me when I turned about 18, and one of my closest friends, Jessie, contracted an extremely rare brain disease called Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, which essentially it's like mad cow. It's the best way to describe it would be like very quick Alzheimer's mixed with motor neuron disease. So essentially it's a prion disease that burrows through your brain. It leaves the person's brain like a sponge in the end of it, like a piece of coral, and it just causes them to become less than a child. They lose all bodily functions. They are unable to remember anything. And she was 18 years old and she contracted this horrible disease, and I didn't understand. I had absolutely no understanding of how this had happened. And I think I just got really angry at God. And I remember sort of going to church then, and I just couldn't sing. I didn't not believe he was there, but I just couldn't quite understand. I didn't have the understanding. I just couldn't fathom it. And I was really angry. And I remember there was a turning point where I was sort of fed up of going to church and not really getting involved. And so I asked my dad, who also has had a lot of loss and grief in his life. And I just said, Dad, how have you gone through all those things and come out with a stronger faith? How have you raised your children in a Christian household when you've experienced such grief? And he just said to me, honestly, Hollie, if I didn't have God, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have continued my life. And he would have done some terrible things. And that just gave me a lot of perspective and understanding. And I realized that although I was angry with God, I knew he was there. And if I didn't have him, I would have just been at a complete loss. And so from that moment, I kind of just tried to embrace an actual personal faith with him. And I walked in a very different relationship with God. I just tried to connect personally with him, and then I've seen so many just blessings, and I've seen him act in my life from then on, and I'll still never understand, and that's fine. I don't need to understand. We never will, but it's okay because it's all part of his plan, and I've just got to trust that he knows best. So that's why I believe.